Right. All right. Hello and welcome to NextOppSocial. We are your hosts, Rachel Wright and Joanne Buford. We believe entrepreneurship is empowerment, and we are committed to the development and progress of entrepreneurs, providing you with the information that you need to build thriving businesses. If you're new here to NextOppSocial, we feature fledgling and established entrepreneurs alike throughout the Detroit metropolitan area. Everyone from multimillionaires, subject matter experts, CEOs, best-selling authors, and some of the brightest minds in business. We cover a wide variety of topics regarding how to make that shift from W-2 to 1099 entrepreneurship, strategies for increasing your productivity, how to properly structure and launch your business, how to market more effectively, acquire more clients and keep them, and best business practices to help you grow, scale, and protect your business. If you're smart, industrious, committed to personal and professional development and building financial independence, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube or visit our website at nextoppsocial.com. Today, we are very excited to welcome e-commerce professional Veronica Black. Veronica got her start in the e-commerce world in the fashion industry and has been professionally working in the e-commerce space since 2017. So welcome, Veronica. We're very excited to have you here at NextOppSocial.
Hi.
So let's dive in. Tell us about yourself, your background, and how you got started with entrepreneurship.
Okay. Well, I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. If it was something that I wanted to try, I jumped in with both feet and tried. I have my associates from the University of Phoenix. What else would you like to know about me? I'm just a simple, down-to-earth, humble person who wanted to do something and tried it and did it, and it actually worked.
Well, Veronica, I guess what we would ask is this, right? I think we all at some point, we are either pushed into entrepreneurship out of necessity, right? Something happens in our life. We're like, you know what? I've drawn a line in the sand. I'm about to make this happen. Or we just decide we want to follow our passion, right? We decide that I'm passionate about this particular subject, this particular issue, and I want to make an impact in the world, right? What motivated you? What spurred you to start up an e-commerce business?
Wanting to be close to my kids, tired of working for everybody else, having to work 9, 10, 12 hours away from home. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be near my family. Okay. You know, I was tired of climbing out of my bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, driving in the snow, going through the motions. I wanted to work from home. I wanted my own company to work for, so I wouldn't have to work as hard.
What do you mean? W-2 wasn't all you thought it would be? It wasn't like just wonderful working for somebody else and taking the abuse and
no. Okay, we were all raised to think, go to college, get a good job, and work for one of the big three, or be a nurse, or, you know, how our old school parents thought were the best jobs for us that would provide for our families. Mm-hmm. I was one of those that thought that as well. But things happened in my life to where it showed me that college and running that course you didn't have to do that to make money. You didn't have to do all of the traditional things to make money. So I started looking into that. And when I stumbled, and I do mean stumbled, when I stumbled across e-commerce, it's really changing my life. I'm happy. I love what I do.
Now, I'm going to challenge you a little bit, Veronica, because you and I have met each other before, so I know a little bit of your backstory.
Yes.
There was a situation, if I recall correctly, where you worked somewhere and you had what I refer to as a double SOB, boss spelled backwards, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Yes. Talk to us, because a lot of people are going through your pain. Because, you know, people try entrepreneurship. I don't believe you can try entrepreneurship. It's like, I don't think you can try boxing, right? When those fists start flying, you start getting punched in the face. You realize you don't have to try. You better do it, right? Yes. What spurs you to say, you know what, I'm not going to try entrepreneurship. I'm going to do it. What were your circumstances? What was coloring your life at that time?
Oh, wow. I was trying to get back up from hardship. I had been through some tragedy, quite a bit of tragedy. And I started working at this place. I don't want to say the name right now, but and my boss, he was extremely mean, I would say, to me. And I went home angry, upset, and said, I have to find a way that I don't have to deal with him anymore and still be able to pay my part of the bills.
Yeah.
It wasn't a get rich thing. It was trying to make sure I could replace my job with something else. And I said, why not try just working for myself? See if I could put all the time that I put in for other people and helping their businesses grow. What if I could work that hard for myself? And he was motivation for me to want to learn everything I could to get away from him. So I dug in.
Now, I think your story is so fascinating because you didn't know what kind of business you were going to start initially, right? You went searching.
Yes, and I was cooking from home. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is about you today.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't want to be rude.
No, go ahead. Talk about it.
I started doing everything, cooking from home, selling dinners, selling candy, whatever I could do to try to get on the road of entrepreneurship. I did it.
And what I really find fascinating is how you actually found e-commerce that random day. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, I came home to wind down, to listen to some music, and I was very cheap. I'm still thrifty. So I didn't have an iPhone or anything. So I turned on my laptop and turned on YouTube. And I don't want to get his name wrong. Kylas, Kane. I'm sorry if I'm chopping your name up, hon, because you were so inspiring. But he inspired me to look into affiliate marketing. So I went through the steps of learning how to become an affiliate. And I am still an affiliate, but never launched them all. I tried. But when I seen that it wouldn't give you a good return, I was still looking for something else. So how you're watching a YouTube video and that little advertisement comes up and it says skip it. I didn't skip it. And it was something about e-commerce and selling online. Ever since that day, I wanted to know more and more and more and more. And that was 2018, and here we are.
I love it. I love it. So me personally, I've never tried e-commerce, right? So I was really excited for this because I wanted to understand the inner workings of it, right? And what does that process look like? Okay, you start the e-commerce business, all right? So you get a website and you just post stuff, start selling it. Like, I know it's not that simple, right?
Oh, and no, it's not.
No. And your $30 story was so fascinating to me. So it was like, oh, that's how you do it. Talk to us about the $30 story that you shared with me.
Okay. Well, working for that boss I was telling you about, I only worked 4 to 5 hours a day. And I was still responsible for my part of the bills because me and my children learned quickly that if you're not in a white collar job, what I mean by that is if you're not making the big bucks, we took our small bucks, put them together so we could have a household of big bucks to make it. So I didn't have a lot of money to work with after my responsibilities of the house and helping with the children. So I had $30. And after I said, okay, I'm going to go try. It couldn't be any hurt in it. And I've always resold and shopped cheaply, what I call it, or being thrifty. I've always been thrifty. I'm sorry. I've always been thrifty. I'm back. Can you see me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I went out and I grabbed some stuff. Didn't know what I was doing. I just said, I'm going to just try and see what happens from there. So I tried different platforms. And then I said, the one that gives the quickest return, that's the one I'll focus on. And it was eBay.
Okay.
Go that way, baby.
So what did you do?
Awake.
So what did you do on eBay? What was that process looking like?
What do you mean?
So when you decided to, what were you selling on eBay? What was like, how were you turning this $30 and, or what you invested into?
Clothing.
Okay.
I was watching one of my hidden mentors and I said, okay, I'm going to go try. So I went and I got clothing. It was a men's shirt that sold. And I was on the phone with my friend and we were talking. And all of a sudden I heard a noise in my ear. I said, what was that? I thought it was one of the notifications on my game on Facebook. We all sit and when we're bored and get our little Candy Crush on. You know how that can be. So I heard the noise and I looked and it said item sold. I was like, whoa. And you would have thought it was $1 million, but I turned $1 into almost $30.
That's excellent.
And talk about a return on ROI, man. Arbitrage.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Yeah, because I thought it was unreal. I thought they were lying. I didn't think you could go. I had never heard of such a thing. And I said, you know what? This has to be something just for entertainment on TV. So I went and tried it. And then I said, let's try it again. And again. And again. And I'm still in awe. Every time I hear that noise, I'm dancing like the first time.
I love it. So you got hooked on the arbitrage.
Oh,
right
God,
away.
Yes.
Yeah. Your belief went to 10. I can see you smiling just thinking about it. So mechanically, so someone jumped on eBay, they bought your shirt, you shipped it, right? And I know it can be that simple conceptually, but in terms of execution, what are some of the challenges that you ran into in terms of continuing to grow this business? Like, what difficulties did you experience growing this e-commerce business? Like, what are some of the hoops you had to overcome?
Oh, okay. Yeah. A good one. The internet was down because of some power outages, right? And I had orders that had to go out. So I had to get all the information together, go down to Kinko's, print down everything and do it there and pay and take care of it there. Get it ready, get my packages out so that my customers could get their packages, because I take pride in my name being associated with anything. And I don't like the bad feedback. I like giving 110% if possible. I want them to have the same experience I would like as a customer opening up my package.
Like it.
I add a handwritten thank you note in every one. I don't want the printed one. I will forever do that because I appreciate every sale I get. I appreciate everything. I'm so humble because they didn't have to shop with me and they did. And I deeply appreciate and love them for that.
I love it. That's a great story.
Thank you.
Yes. So for our listening audience, for that guy or gal who's sitting down thinking, man, I think I want to try this, right? What does that process look like in terms of researching? Like, so you said you looked at different platforms, right? And kind of compared. And then I'm going to assume that you've also spent a considerable time trying to figure out what's the most effective way to ship things to people and how to find packaging and all that entails. Like, what does that process look like? What suggestions or recommendations would you give to individuals who are looking to start up a business like yours?
USPS has free shipping supplies and they will send it right to your door. You go on USPS and get a lot of different variety of boxes and have them shipped to according to what you're selling. And they will give you a lot. When you order things, keep them as well. if the boxes,
Yeah.
is in good condition. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have to invest in yourself. This is not easy. Don't let my smile fool you. This is not easy. You have to be driven. You have to want it. And it will pay you back. All the sweat you put in it, you'll get it back. Every person on YouTube, I don't want to say every, I'm sorry. The people that I watch, that I've taken from and took their messages and tried, it works. As long as you put in the time and effort, you'll get back what you put in. If you go at it, half-assed, that's how it's gonna be.
Yep.
If you go at it full throttle, it will pay you back.
Okay. Now, you mentioned YouTube, so I know you spent some time gleaning information and basically strategy hacking off of YouTube, right?
Yes.
What are some of the sources you use, either for inspiration, or what are some of the people that you followed or listened to gain more insight and get better at the game of e-commerce?
Well, to me, I try to work on everything, my mind, spirit, as well as my business, because all of that goes hand in hand. You can't just jump out there and your mindset's not ready for it. You have to be ready for what you're saying you want. You have to know what you're doing. No one is going to be 100%. Everyone's going to have trial and error. Everyone's going to have a death pile or something that didn't sell that they had hopes and dreams on selling. You will have that. But if you go in trying to get low cost, you're not losing much. And then inspirational lady, Miss Lynn Richardson, I watch her a lot. And she showed what a home-based business can do to change your life. I'm still no expert. I'm still doing my research, but something she said grabbed me and like shook me a little bit.
Yes.
She said, when you invest in your business, the deductions you get back from being a home-based business, you're not losing anything but time. And you're not losing time because you're investing it in yourself. So you're not losing anything. Try. And when she said it that way, I said, you know what? If that's true, there's no way I could lose. No way. Because I don't have it to lose. I worked too hard to get it.
So speaking of being a home-based business, this past year, we've all been home, right? So how did your business change? Did your sales go up? Did they go down? Were you busier? Were you slower? Or were you, because you've been doing this for a few years, were you able to really, embrace this because everything's under control with, your home-based business?
Well, I must say, my heart goes out to every person that lost someone because of what happened. I want to begin there. My heart deeply goes out to everyone. But my sales went up. It went up, and I'm thankful, kind of, because being in the house, I had nothing but time to research. And learn. And I took it as a plus, like, okay, what else would I would have been doing? So I took this opportunity to grow and try to excel in what I was doing.
That's great.
I like it. So I'm curious, right? If I were to consider doing the e-commerce business, right? So my big thing has always been leather jackets. Always been a huge fan of leather jackets. Love leather jackets, and you can't find them anymore. It's hard to find a good, authentic leather jacket, not the coating stuff. I mean, a jacket where you touch it, it feels like skin, right? You see, you leave a mark, right? I love that type of stuff. And let's say I went out and I spent a couple bucks to find some jackets, and I started looking for people who feel the exact same way about leather products that I do, right? how are people finding out about your business? Like, how are you marketing your business? What does that process look like on eBay or any other platform?
To be honest with you, when I started this, I didn't know it was going to turn into anything. I didn't market at all. I used eBay's marketing promotions and things like that, and creating sales and learning how eBay works. That's how I've done everything. I've been that silent storm. No one knows on Facebook. I've maybe shared it twice.
Wow.
Of what I do. Instagram a few times, because I stay down the rabbit hole so much. I don't have time to share anything, because I'm glued with like popcorn in front of the monitor, listening and learning and doing what they tell me to do. I take it like they're talking to me directly, like I'm getting my own personal trainer. And I go test what they tell me to test, and I go from there. I said I was gonna save some of my mentors that inspired me to my own channel, but I would like to share a few of them.
Sure. Yes.
Chris at Daily Refinement. He is awesome. I've listened to so many people, him and Tech and Sports. I've listened to so many people. And when I got to him, because there's levels in this.
Yes.
Each person is out here telling you the level that they're at. So when you get the person that can communicate your language of where you are, or maybe just speak your language, because so many people, language is key. And so many people out here are telling their program, that program, and that program, and that program. And everybody thinking they're gimmicks. They're not. It's just that they're speaking a different language than you are. If you can get the set of people that speak your language, that you can comprehend everything they're saying to you, your light bulb goes on and you're like full throttle listening, because they have you. And I respect Chris at Daily Refinement so much, because he tell you straight, raw. He's not playing. He don't sugarcoat. He tell you flat, like, if you're not designed for this, unsubscribe. Or if you're not designed for this, this is not for you. You don't even need to be listening. If you don't have it in you to get up and search for what you want, you're not going to make it in reselling. He tell you flat. And I love that about him, that he's so raw. I stay tuned in. I can't wait till he posts another video fast enough. His is the one I pay for my Patreon. And because again, he tells you raw. He don't ask you. His field guide is $35. He's not asking you for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And that's what drew me to him, because he's not asking you for your hard earned, and he's giving you valuable information. And that's what I want to be for someone. I want to be able to sit and do this with someone and change their life, to show them that entrepreneurship does work. It does. You just have to put in the work. Don't be afraid of losing, because it will come back for you. It will.
Don't be afraid of losing.
Don't be afraid of losing. Don't be afraid to blossom and bloom into greatness. Don't be afraid. I was.
So there's a common theme that I'm hearing when I'm listening to you, and that is the hunger to get better, right? Sharpening the saw, learning. I mean, you're indiscriminate. Wherever the information's at, it sounds like you're going to get it. I mean, you're an active researcher, right? And the other thing I'm picking up from you is, you've had more success than I know 90% of people in e-commerce. I know most people start up e-commerce businesses and never sell one thing, and you're generating revenues. So I love that, right? That you still have that humility, because some people start earning a couple bucks or a handful of dollars, and all of a sudden they become know-it-alls, right? I don't need to learn anymore. I've reached the level and I'm the ish, right? And that is not you at all. I mean, you are just sitting, arms folded, just clear as day. This is me. I'm going to take whatever. I mean, did that have to be inculcated in you? Like, where did you gain those habits and that mindset? Because not everyone has it, right? Most people go to school, they quote unquote make good grades, get out in the workforce, get in this 5-0 mode, and they only do what they need to do to get through the day. They only learn what they need to learn to get through the day. Like, they're not active learners. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, every other minute, that's like streaming out of your mouth, right? Where did that come from?
My parents.
Okay.
It came from my parents. I mean, my father, he used to say a statement. He used to say, if you're going to be something, be the best you're going to be at it. If you're going to be a garbage person, be the best garbage person you can be. If you're going to be this, that, whichever title you want to give it, be the best, because your name is attached to that. Your name is attached to that. So you don't want someone coming back saying what you said wasn't, or you just was talking to make yourself sound good. Everything I'm saying right now can be researched and backed up in black and white. Every sale I've ever had, I printed them down so I can look at it over and over again.
I love it.
I wouldn't dare get on here and lie to anyone about that. It works.
I love it.
It does.
It reminds me of a quote. I think Kwame Nkrumah said this at one time, and I think it's also been attributed to Martin Luther King, right? And I'm paraphrasing, where he basically said in so many words: if you're going to be the garbage man, be the best garbage man ever. If you're going to be the street sweeper, be the best street sweeper ever. Anything you do, just excel and be the best at it, right? Oprah Winfrey talks about that a lot. So I love it, man. That's passion. You know, that's passion. I tell people all the time, if you're not excited and passionate about what it is you're doing, no one else is going to be.
That's
right.
Yes.
People like to do business with folks who are fat. Like fat on passion, fat on success, fat on positive expectations. And I mean, you're what my Nigerian clients call fat, right? You're just in all those areas, right? You are just like on 10, smiling, excited about what you're doing. I mean, I want to buy from you. I want to know what it is you're selling, just listening to your story. So I love it.
I'm a general seller. I sell a little of this and a little of that. If I can make a good profit, I'm selling it.
Okay. So you're indiscriminate too in terms of the products and services. You don't focus in on a particular niche.
I've niched down a little, but the things that I started selling does okay for me, so I will keep selling those things. But you don't have to have just one store. If you want to niche down, let's say you wanted to do just the jackets.
Right.
All you wanted to sell was leather jackets. That's fine.
Okay.
You can have whatever store you would like to have for you, or just a general store with everything that you find that's profitable.
Oh, okay.
There's no lose.
So mechanically, I want to figure this out. So you don't have to have, you say you don't have to have just one store. Is it that you can have multiple accounts, or you can have an account with multiple stores that you've branded?
I do believe it goes that you have multiple accounts.
Okay.
You know, I do believe it's multiple accounts. That's my next goal. Yes. My next goal is to niche down in a couple of things and have certain stores just for that.
Okay. So I could have one store leather, and then one store maybe rare books. And then I could have another account that focuses on, I don't know, health products or whatever, right? So I can have multiple accounts doing those multiple things.
Yes.
Okay.
What is the benefit of that, as opposed to putting everything just in one place, or you're not able to? I guess that's what I would want to know, is if I I would think, I'll just put it on one place so I don't have to manage as many areas, right? But it's clearly probably a benefit to separating that.
Well, see, that's where I'm not the professional. You gave me the title professional. I said I'm a newbie. I'm not that skilled yet to know all of the different balances of how it goes from the niche store, the general store, the benefits. I can't answer that for you because I don't know.
So what do you have right now? Do you have more of like a general store right now?
Yes.
And
yes.
what do you find that, because you were saying that your goal is to maybe then branch them out. Why are you wanting to do that? Why are you wanting to create other ones that are niche down?
Because if something happens to one store, let's just say you were going through something and were suspended.
Okay.
And something happened to that nature or hacked or anything, you secured your income by having another store. Now, from what I've learned, that's what they said the good reason to do that is to keep the income secure, because anything can happen with one account. So they said to secure your income, or to secure, what you're doing, your e-commerce business, is best to have multiple platforms and more than one. So I'm growing to get to that now.
Okay. So I have two questions. For me, what I would be tempted to do, I want to know if you do this, right? So before I guess I went out and bought something to sell, I'd be tempted to go online and see what items are similar to that already selling at, right?
Exactly.
And I'm assuming you probably spend a thorough amount of time researching that as well, like looking at trends and looking at what's selling before you actually just go out and purchase something. You don't know when that's going to move.
I don't buy anything without searching it.
I love it. Okay. And when you are looking to see whether or not a product is viable, right, that people are actually interested in it, what metrics are you looking at, or what type of information are you looking at before you say, you know what, that's working, I'm about to go invest in that?
As long as it's not too crowded. But even if something was crowded, it's all about being creative. And by saying that is to say this, okay, you know how when you go in the grocery store and you see all of the loaves of bread?
Yes.
All of the different types of people who's sending that bread to the grocery store, all the different brands. Sarah, you have all the different brands. I don't know if you can get in trouble by saying all the brand names, but all of the different brands. You may like Wonder Bread.
Yes.
To where someone else may like Mother's, or just whole wheat or grain. That didn't deter them from making bread, because other people make bread. They still make bread and sell it, because it's all about the person who buys it. So to say that is to say this: you never know what someone would like. You can't call it. So you could pick and try numerous of things, and they're going to sell. Everything will sell because someone's going to like it.
Okay.
So don't be scared to try anything. It's just the time it will sell. You just have to check your pricing, what they're selling it for. And even if no one's selling it, sometimes it can be a benefit that no one else is selling that amazing product, because then you get to market it, target market, and then it'll sell that way.
I like it. Okay. I had another question and it escaped me.
I'm sorry.
No, when you said that, I thought about like 4 other questions I wanted to ask. But I thought that metaphor was so cool, because I mean, that is kind of like what I do when I'm searching for bread, right? I go in, I know I want wheat bread, right? Or I want whole grain bread. So I know there's certain breads I don't want, and there's certain breads that I want. And then the next thing I do is I look at price, right? And I look at the price. And then, quite frankly, the other thing is I do is I look at it and say, well, is this a brand that I recognize? Right?
Okay.
Is that, or, and recognition doesn't mean like I'm familiar with it. It means, have I heard of that before? Okay. I'm gonna go with them, right? And I'm assuming the process is very similar in terms of how you're positioning yourself in the marketplace.
Yes, but I'm also, some people call me weird. Some things I like is outside the box. Mm-hmm. And I'll go with what I like, because somebody else has to be as weird as me somewhere. Somebody has to have a weird eye or different eye like me. So I kind of go off that too. Somebody out there has to be as weird as me.
Now I remember the other question I was going to ask, because that weird thing caught my attention, right? So, because my biggest concern about eBay, even social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all of them, is that at the end of the day, when you're utilizing those platforms, you're renting space. Like, you really don't own that real estate. So like you said before, if the platform decides to deplatform you for whatever reason, legitimate or not, the bottom line is you can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
So I'm curious to know, like, have you reached the stage in your business where maybe you're looking to set up your own website? Maybe you're looking to kind of set up an independent platform. So if for whatever reason, one of those platforms starts to give you a hard time, your clients can still find you, still acquire your products and wares. I mean, have you reached that stage of your business? And then what did that process look like?
I'm sorry, I'm just plugging up my charger. I don't want to lose you guys.
Yeah, you're fine.
That's all good.
Yes, I'm in the process of doing that now. I'm building my site. I purchased my domain name. I've done all of that to secure myself. But something else that the person that I watch, I told you, Chris at Daily Refinement, he made a good point that made me not be scared.
Okay.
He said that as long as once you learn this skill, once you learn the skill of reselling, whatever platform shuts down, you can sell anywhere.
Yeah.
Once you develop the skill and learn the market, you can sell anywhere.
Are there other platforms that you've considered partnering with? I mean, I know Amazon is catching hell right now.
Marketplace is pretty big.
Facebook Marketplace is another one too, right?
I sell on Poshmark.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Poshmark's another one. Okay.
Yeah, Poshmark. I've had sales from there. I've tried Mercari, but not with any full energy. Mercari, I'd never, gained a sale. But eBay keeps me busy, and I chose them because of the amount of traffic they get on there. So with your own site, you have to send the traffic to your site. You got to divert all of that traffic where they have so much traffic already there. So by me starting with $30, I didn't have the money to do that. So eBay was the good choice.
I like it.
So, and I took time getting my lighting equipment, things like that, because you do have to invest in yourself.
What type of equipment are you referring
to? Like softbox lights, umbrella lights, backdrops, things to that nature. But when you're first starting out, if someone had told me, I could have just went to Joann's Fabrics with my 60% off coupon. And get some white fabric, and a nice lamp, and take the shade off. $5 from Family Dollar, and start that way. You can start and let the money build, and then you can run off your business money and go from there, and it won't come out your pocket anymore.
What are some other things that you've now learned, like, because you're always learning, right? And you're, especially you just in all these different areas, that what are some things that you wish you, or if anyone who's new, who's getting started, right, and you want to help them not make either, or skip the line a little bit or not make some of the same mistakes, what are some things you would have done differently in the beginning if you knew what you knew now?
I wouldn't have been so ready to go do it. I would have waited a little more, put a little more money aside, and then do it. Do your research first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying research forever, because you'll be down the rabbit hole, because when you get to one video, the other one, then the other, then the other. I have been at the computer from sun up to sundown days, to where I'm like, oh girl, you better go shower and start again tomorrow, because you've been sitting here too long. Mm-hmm. Don't wait that long, but make smart choices. If you are limited on your budget, do your research and then go out and grab some things. You don't have to get a lot. Don't be intimidated. Get a few things. Let it make you the money to make the bigger purchase, then the next purchase, then the next. And that's what helped me grow.
So I'm thinking about a single parent. I'm thinking about a person that can't afford to finish college. I'm thinking about people who are just underneath financial duress right now, right? Either underemployed or working 2 and 3 jobs, overemployed, still not enough money, right? And I'm thinking about that person. Let's say hypothetically, they only have $500 to their name. I mean, they scratched and clawed, and they have $500. That's it. Else they're going to be in trouble, right? And they know they need to do something. So they open up an eBay account, right? And let's say all they have is $500 to their name, and that's it. If you were in a similar situation, all you have is $500 to your name, open up an eBay account, you've done a little bit of research, mechanically understand how to execute, what would you spend that $500 on right now if you were in that situation? Like,
you mean $500 to spend on inventory, or
on anything,
$500 period to run your household?
No, $500 extra to start your e-commerce business.
Oh,
what would you buy? Well, man, I like that response already. I want to hear this.
That's a lot of money to me. I do it in less.
Talk about it.
I do it in less.
What would you do with the 500 right now if that was your situation right this minute? What's the first thing you would do?
Research and see what's selling good.
Okay.
Now, if I had it right now, I would double down on the things I already have that's doing good. But for someone else who doesn't have it and they have 500 saying that they want to make some money off $500 at all. See, that's kind of a tricky question, because it would all depend on what niche or what you're trying to do. Now, if you don't have a niche and you just want to do something, go thrifting. Garage selling is the perfect time of year to go garage selling and find extremely good finds. When I mean extremely good, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I went to a garage sale and I purchased some Lions gloves. Now, me being a woman, I don't know all the details, and I wouldn't normally buy Lions gloves. No offense, Lions, you guys. Right. But not my favorite team. Let's say that and be nice. Not my favorite team. But anyway, I paid $1 for these gloves. I came home. The lady said, "Oh, we're just sick of them. Just give me $1." And they were nice in a box. Awesome. I came home. I checked the comps, and I listed those gloves, and they sold for $30 within an hour.
Wow.
It was just getting good too.
This
is the part I was getting excited about.
Wondering if her
signal.
Yes. Yeah, but no, I mean, what I'm really enjoying about this conversation is like that how accessible e-commerce is, you know,
Yes.
and Veronica's doing such a great job of explaining with everyone of like this is while yes, she's emphasized research and do your research and take that time when you can. This
Mhm.
this is something people can get started with right away. It is very, very accessible way to get into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I mean, very low barrier to entry.
Mm-hmm.
To know that she bought a random item for $1 and turned it to $30. Like, don't get caught up in numerical figures. I want people to focus on the ROI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you duplicate that enough times. You know, if you go to an ATM machine, in other words, put in $1 and $30 popped out every single time, people would quit their jobs. Okay.
Yeah.
They'd be at the ATM machine all day, every day, you know, scrounging up dollars off the ground to turn around and get that type of return. So I love the low barrier to entry, and also the way she talked about eBay in the sense that one, you already have kind of like the foot traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also utilizing a platform like eBay, you also have the ability to kind of see where that foot traffic is going.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of industries, like in the restaurant industry, you got to pay top dollar for that information.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to get access to data, you have to pay like a certain amount of money, like $500, $1,000. Some publications, you got to pay $5,000 to get access to the data required to understand where people are spending their money, get the demographic data in terms of age, sex, marriage, not married, not married, zip codes, etc. But it's all there on eBay.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, hell,
and I forget, there's so many avenues. Like she said, she sells on Poshmark. There is Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of new ones, right, that have created a lot of buzz, and like people are like, oh, that's a really popular one. But to not dismiss or forget that eBay is still there doing the stuff it has been for decades.
I remember I bought my second or third car. I bought my favorite car, my BMW that I bought. I believe I bought a BMW on eBay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I can't believe I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, eBay has everything.
Veronica, guys.
There. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Veronica. Welcome
I had
back.
to get on my desktop because my phone, I've been gone all morning and it didn't get to charge properly. I deeply apologize.
That's okay.
No, Veronica, we were just excited about, invaluable information you shared thus far, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to itemize this. Now you really have my attention. Now, my mind is starting to work now. My rabbit brain is starting to take over. So, so you had a couple bucks. The first thing you would do is you would research to see what's moving. I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would more than likely head to a garage sale, or you would head to some place where you could buy thrift store type stuff, right?
Yes.
So you do a little research, see what's moving, go up, hit a garage sale, hit a thrift store, or some type of environment where you can obviously buy things at a steep discount, right? And based on the research you've done, you kind of have a general idea of the type of things you're looking for, but you can get quirky sometimes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the family, like I said, or the individual only has $500. They do a little bit of research, see where the traffic's going. They go to the thrift store. They go to a garage sale. What do they do next? All they have is $500. They spent some of this $500. What happens next?
Okay, well, if like you said, they're opening up an eBay account. So you would have your phone eBay app, and it tells you what you could take the eBay app. You scan the item. Take a picture if it doesn't have a barcode, and then it lets you know if it's selling or not. You check the sold comps, and it lets you know if it's sold and how much it's sold for.
Okay, so someone has bought their item. They open up the eBay account. Whether it has a barcode or not doesn't matter, right?
Right.
They post it. You wait for the chime. You get excited. Somebody bought it.
Yes.
Somebody bought the record,
and
or the
you
gloves,
wash,
or whatever.
rinse, and repeat.
Okay. Well, hold on. So let's back up a little bit now. Just 1 second. So they buy it, but now you do have to get in your car, walk, bus, whatever the case may be, and you have to ship it.
Yes.
And then with you, you're putting your thank you so very much card in there, or maybe something else to say, hey, I appreciate you. And you're shipping it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, when I'm buying Amazon a lot less because the stuff's been going on with them lately, right? But for me, early on, one of the reasons why I liked Amazon was because I could track it. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see when it was going to arrive on my doorstep. Are you shipping things in such a way where people can track it, or are you just saying regular snail mail, this is how you're going to get it?
No, okay. So when you're shipping the item, you have to have some equipment. Again, you have to invest in yourself. Okay. So you would have to have a printer, scale to weigh the package, or you can get the package all, properly put in the box and everything, and take it to the post office and allow them to weigh it and get your label ready for you, and you can pay there. So you have to have everything at home if you're just starting. Or you can also go to FedEx office. Now, is it right? It's not Kinko's anymore. It's FedEx.
Yeah, it's FedEx office, yeah.
Okay, FedEx office. You can go there and use their computer and print down everything, put your labels on in their workstation, drop everything off at the post office, and head on home or wherever you had to go from there.
Okay, so I want to back this up. So I got the item, I have my box. If I don't have a printer, I'm going to go somewhere and print whatever my label or branding, whatever it is.
Yep.
I'm going to put it on the box. And then I'm going to take that box to USPS, and then I'm going to send it off. And at that point, it's a wrap. Right?
Yep, you have your tracking number. They give you a receipt. And even if they don't give you a receipt, let's say you had a lot of packages to drop off and you just, I'm sorry, I got a little jumbled. They will upload the tracking into eBay's system so that the customer will know that it's on the way. So once they scan that in to the post office, once USPS scans it in, it automatically goes through their systems.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So, okay, so the label you're printing up is a label somehow associated with eBay. That's how they're tracking it.
eBay is tied in with USPS. So at eBay, you print down your package, your label and everything. I print them all from home.
Okay.
But I do it the old way. I print it from my printer. I haven't gotten all fancy with the Dymo label printer that you can just peel and stick yet. I'm not there. I'm still cheap. So if I can go this route, I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off before I buy that expensive $300 Dymo. But once I make it to that level to be able to pay for more convenience, I will invest more into and get the Dymo, because that'll speed my day right along.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it. I don't know, man. People are gonna get a lot of value out of this one today.
Yeah. Well, as we're getting towards the end of the hour, we always end it with a couple questions just to keep everything on a high and inspiring note. Not that this wasn't an inspiring, absolutely. I think this is one of those discussions that people can go back, take notes, and really hit the ground running with this if they're interested. But what if you could nail down what a superpower of yours would be, or what you would consider your superpower would be? What would that be?
I wouldn't even think I had a superpower, but if I had to say I had one, it would be my mindset.
I would agree. Yes.
My willingness to want more, to want to learn more. It's not about becoming rich for me. It's about seeing that I could grow something, that I was smart enough to make something happen and take my knowledge and make it benefit everyone in my family, even when I'm not on this earth. Because I lost my son and I have a grandson to go and take care of, because I lost my oldest son to heart failure about 1.5 years ago. And I didn't even think I could get out the bed again. But this business, e-commerce, helped wake me up and gave me vision and drive to want to crawl out the bed because I didn't want to disappoint my customers and I didn't want to disappoint my grandchildren, to be able to finish what I'm starting that could change their lives, that they can own their own stores and grow and grow. And this can be family wealth. This can turn into family wealth.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then, and it might be hard to summarize this, but if there's one very important lesson that you want to leave anyone who is listening to this regarding entrepreneurship, what would you want to pass that lesson on as?
You can work hard and achieve anything. All things can be done with proper planning. Proper planning, you can do it out of $30, $40, even $20. Proper planning and vision. You got to have that, fight hard for that. On those dark days, you will have many. Still fight through them and do it. And you will be so proud of yourself at the end of the day.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Veronica. We appreciate you, coming on here and taking the time with us. If someone wanted to check out your eBay store, is there a way for them? Is there a way you can direct us to where that would be? What is your store called?
Actually, I'm sorry. I would love to share my store with you, but this is the only store. So I'm not going to share my store today.
Okay.
What I will do is I will start a store and we can stay in tune on how it grows. We can grow it together.
Okay. Absolutely.
And give updates on how you can start it with $30 and grow it from there. And we can do updates and different things like that and show that you can start from scratch and make that happen. And then we can disclose the name and we can go from there if you guys would like to do that.
Yeah.
So if people wanted to find you on social media then, Veronica, like engage
just
you
to
somehow.
Reach out with you, yeah.
Yeah, where can they find you?
You can reach me on LinkedIn, at Veronica Black on LinkedIn. You can also reach me on Instagram at Discount Diva.
All right.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, Veronica, for joining us. For those of you listening, make sure you reach out to Veronica if you want to chat with her more, continue the conversation. Joanna and I will be continuing the conversation inside the next.
But if you guys also, if they would like to reach you guys to reach me, that would be great. If they reach out to you guys wanting to find me or some more good information, please do reach out to me and I will set up something that they would be able to reach me better.
Perfect.
Did I say that correct? Because I know I'm a little jumbled sometime. I'm sorry, you guys.
You're fine. You're absolutely. We're gonna dive in more inside the NextOppSocial After Show Facebook group. So we invite anyone who's listening to join us there. And if we want to reach out to Veronica, we can share information there as well. You can always head to our Facebook or go to NextOppSocial page, hit community. We'll be happy to have you inside. Again, don't forget to subscribe and hit that subscribe button here on YouTube and to learn more about everything we do. And we look forward to helping you achieve a life of satisfaction and success. Thank you guys again.